Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Fraendy Clervaud here in that computer store in Irmo. And you know, technology has so advanced that no longer do you have to pick up a cell phone to call someone. You can actually chat through video. Here to tell us all about it is owner of that computer store himself, Stephen Miano. And check this out, he's actually giving me a call. Stephen, how are you, sir?
Good morning, Fraendy. Doing well. How are you today?
I am really good. Thank you so much for allowing us to be inside your store. And we are talking about video conferencing, what we're doing right now. Talk about the popular one, Stephen.
Well, there's two big dogs in this fight, Fraendy. You've got Skype and you have FaceTime. Now, FaceTime is run by the Apple Corporation.
Right.
And Skype is now owned by Microsoft. So you have kind of these two big companies squaring off for your eyeballs and your attention.
So how did this come to be about, Stephen? Because, you know, before this was like a Jetsons type of deal.
Yeah, it's totally like a Jetsons, Dick Tracy on my Super WACH kind of a thing.
Right.
Well, you know, as internet connection speeds have gotten better, usable now, you can stream video and, well, video chat. The connection is good enough that the software is now on pretty much every device on the planet. There are even some smart TVs out there that have the ability to do video conferencing. And, you know, grandma may be in another state. The grandkids may be in another country or in Alaska or wherever. So the ability to connect with them and spend time with your family across long distances has made video chat and video conferencing one of the, I guess, one of the hottest, newest, biggest apps of the past couple of years.
Right. And you know what's so interesting? We're actually talking via your Xbox.
Yes, and that's one of the benefits of Skype. It's on just about everything. The Android phone, tablets, Windows computers, iPhones, iPods, iPads, the Xbox, which is, what you're talking on. I'm here at one of the point-of-sale registers at that computer store. We actually have Skype on those so customers can call us with technology questions. So, I mean, Skype is pretty much everywhere.
So, Stephen, what's the drawback? I mean, it looks really good. It looks crystal clear here, but what are the drawbacks of Skype?
Well, and you're right. You know, you're on this nice Xbox HD camera. I'm on a great camera here at the store, but not all cameras are created equal. So if you're on a super crummy smartphone that barely has a hole in a piece of cardboard for a camera, the video quality is going to be a lot less. Also, bandwidth is one of the biggest definers of quality.
Good point, Stephen.
If you're on a really bad connection, you're going to have a really bad experience. But if you're on an HD connection with super fast internet, it's going to look great.
Good. Excellent point that you made here, Stephen. Well, folks, stay with us because after the break, Stephen Miano is going to come back and we're going to be talking about FaceTime. All you Apple lovers out there, you might want to stick around and hear what he has to say. Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. And before the break, we were talking with Stephen Miano, owner of that computer store. There he is, all about Skype and video chatting. Hey, Stephen. So you know what, Stephen? What's the next best popular video chatting application?
Next big option is FaceTime on the iPhone. And if we're talking FaceTime, we should probably talk face-to-face. So hold on, I'll be right there.
Okay, I agree with that. All right, so we're waiting for Stephen Miano, owner of that computer store, to come into frame and check him out. There he is.
What's up?
See, the power of technology, Stephen.
We're in HD now, ladies and gentlemen.
We sure are. Stephen, let's get straight to it.
Okay.
FaceTime.
FaceTime. Okay, so in a nutshell, FaceTime is awesome if you have an Apple device. The biggest drawback to FaceTime is it only works if you have an iPhone or an iPad or an iMac or a MacBook. Basically, if you are an iHuman, Facebook may be the choice for you, but only if the other people you're connecting to are also iHumans, because there is no FaceTime for Windows or FaceTime for Android or FaceTime for Kindle. It's just not going to happen. So the overall quality is generally heads and shoulders better, no pun intended.
No, you're right about that because some of our coworkers, you know, they FaceTime all the time and you can literally see the background, everything.
Oh, the picture is gorgeous. Now, the picture is gorgeous if you have the internet connection. Now, that is another drawback to FaceTime.
Really?
It will not work over most cellular networks. Now, this is starting to change. But up until recently, if you were calling on a cell phone, you had to be connected to Wi-Fi or else you weren't going to get connected at all.
But that's pretty interesting because one would just think, you know, it's a cell phone so it could work on a cell phone. But
well, one of the reasons they have such high quality is they've set a fairly narrow set of requirements. You know, you have to have an Apple device. You have to be on a Wi-Fi connection with good bandwidth or you have to try later. So, I mean, if you are an Apple user and you're talking to other Apple users, FaceTime is probably the way to go. If you're connecting to people who don't have iPhones or iPads or whatever, I would go with Skype because while the quality may not be as good, you're at least going to be able to get the call through.
Oh, there you have it. Steven Miano, folks, owner of that computer store here in Irmo, South Carolina. It's so good that you allowed us to come to the store,
I'm
Steven.
so glad to have you here. It was a blast.
We really had it.
Yeah, had fun with this segment. And if you have any questions about Skype versus FaceTime, check it out on Watch Fox. Post a question in the comments after this goes on the website, and we'll see if we can't help you out.
You're right about that. Stay with us, folks. There's more Good Day coming up right after this.